Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we are going to tackle a big topic. One that is essential for speaking English. We are going to talk about verbs.
Verbs, the words of action.
Exactly, Eddie. Verbs are doing words. They show an action or a state of being. Let's start with simple action verbs. For example, I talk. The word talk is an action. It is something I am doing.
I sleep. That is an action. A very important one.
Yes, sleep is a great example. Other examples are run, eat, read, write. These are all actions. But some verbs show a state of being. We call them stative verbs. For instance, I feel happy. Feel describes my state, not an action.
So, to be, to seem, to believe.
You are absolutely right, Eddie. Those verbs describe states, not actions. Now let's talk about tenses. Tenses tell us when the action happens. We will start with the simple tenses. First, the simple present. We use it for habits and facts. For example, I drink coffee every morning. This is a habit, a routine.
I nap every afternoon. A good habit.
A very good habit. And for a fact, we can say, the earth revolves around the sun. This is always true. A key rule here is for he, she, and it. We add an S to the verb. He drinks, she reads, it rains.
Ed talks. Eddy listens.
Perfect. Now the simple past. We use this for actions that are finished. They happened in the past and are over. For regular verbs, we add ed. Yesterday, I walked to the park. The action of walking is finished.
Last night I dreamed of a big bone.
That's a lovely example. But many common verbs are irregular. For example, eat becomes ate. I ate breakfast this morning. Go becomes went. We went to the store last week.
Those must be memorized, I suppose.
That's the best way, yes. Practice helps them become natural. Finally, let's look at the simple future. This is for actions that will happen later. The easiest way is to use will. Tomorrow I will call my friend. Will plus the basic form of the verb.
I will take a nap after this lesson.
A perfect plan, Eddie. You can also use be going to. It shows a stronger plan or intention. I'm going to visit the museum on Saturday. This sounds more certain than I will visit.
I am going to expect a treat later. That is very certain.
I have no doubt about that. So that is a quick look at the simple tenses. Present, past, and future. Great. Now let's move on to the next level. These are the continuous tenses. They are also called progressive tenses.
This sounds like more action.
It is. Continuous tenses describe actions that are, or were, or will be in progress. The key is the ing form of the verb. Let's start with the present continuous. It describes what is happening right now. The formula is to be plus verbing. For example, I am talking. You are listening.
And I am observing carefully.
Exactly. The action is happening now. It is not finished. He is reading a book. They are playing in the garden. Now let's go to the past continuous. This tense describes an action in progress at a specific time in the past. The formula is was or were plus verbing. For example, yesterday at 7 p.m. I was eating dinner. The action of eating was in progress then.
Yesterday at 7 p.m., I was also eating dinner.
I'm sure you were. We often use it to set a scene or to show an action that was interrupted. I was reading when the phone rang. Was reading is the long background action. Rang is the short action that interrupted it.
I was sleeping when the mailman arrived. A classic interruption.
A perfect real-life example. Notice we use the simple past for the interruption. Now the future continuous. This describes an action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. The formula is will be plus verbing. Tomorrow at this time I will be working. It means the action of working will be happening.
Tomorrow at this time, I will be napping.
Of course, it's good to have plans. You can also use it to ask about plans politely. Will you be using the computer tonight? It sounds softer than, are you going to use?
Politeness is a sign of wisdom.
It certainly is, Eddy. So let's do a quick comparison. Simple present, I walk to work. This is my routine. Present continuous, I am walking to work. This is what I'm doing right now.
The difference is between habit and now.
Exactly. The same applies to the past. Simple past, I walked to work. A completed action. Past continuous, I was walking to work. An action in progress in the past.
One is finished, the other is a memory of progress.
That's a very poetic way to put it. But it's correct. Understanding this difference is very important. It helps your English sound much more natural.
Natural is good, like a well-chewed stick.
I'll take your word for it. So that covers the continuous tenses. Are you ready for the final group?
I am ready. My brain is absorbing.
Okay, let's discuss the perfect tenses. These can be a little tricky, but they are very useful.
Tricky means we must pay more attention.
That's the spirit. Perfect tenses connect 2 points in time. They use the verb to have plus the past participle. Let's begin with the present perfect. It connects the past to the present. We use have or has plus the past participle. For example, I have finished my work. The action happened in the past, but the result is important now.
I have eaten my breakfast. My bowl is now empty.
Perfect. The empty bowl is the present result. We also use it for life experiences. She has visited Paris 3 times. Next, the past perfect. This is the past before the past. We use had plus the past participle. It shows an action that happened before another action in the past. For example, the train had left. When I arrived at the station, first the train left, second I arrived.
He had finished his dinner when I entered the kitchen.
A sad story, Eddy, but a great sentence. Finally, the future perfect. This connects the present to the future. It describes an action that will be completed before a specific time in the future. We use will have plus the past participle. By next year, I will have lived here for 5 years. The action of living will be completed for 5 years.
By 8 p.m., I will have finished my nap.
I am sure you will. True. That was a lot of information. Now for some quick tips to help you. First, don't try to learn everything at once. Focus on one tense at a time. Second, listen to how native speakers use them. Context is the best teacher.
And be patient with yourself. It takes time.
That's the most important tip, Eddy. Thank you. Now let's cover a few common mistakes. Mistake number 1. Forgetting the S in the simple present. Remember, he walk is incorrect. It should be he walks.
A small letter, a big difference.
Mistake number 2. Confusing stative verbs with action verbs. We don't usually say I am knowing. We just say I know. Mistake number 3. Using did with the past tense verb. Don't say I did went. Say I went or I did go.
Simplicity is often the correct path.
Wise words as always. Remember, the goal of this lesson is not to memorize all the rules. It's to build a foundation. Use this video to practice your shadowing. Listen and repeat. Feel the rhythm of the sentences.
Practice makes the master, and the nap deserved.
Thank you all for joining us today. We hope this lesson was helpful. Keep practicing, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, and happy learning.